I just wanted to take a couple minutes and show you an example of just what can be done with an Access database. In this case, it's a simplification of a real client database where they were getting payroll files in Excel format every 2 weeks, and they used those and they made some Excel files out of that, reports. They had a monthly report that showed the totals, and then they had a detailed report. And the person that was making those Excel files was going to retire, and they didn't know what they were going to do. They didn't have anybody else that had the time to learn how to do those reports. And so we just put them into an Access database. And that's what I've got on the screen. I've got the little demo database, and I've got the next two import Excel files. Here's one for December 27th. I've got all of 2024 in here except for this last one. And then here's the first payroll for 2025, January 10. So let's take a look. I'm going to double click on the demo, and it opens up. I've simplified this, but it takes over the screen. You don't even see Access, so somebody that knows nothing about Access can easily run this database. To do the report, the payroll report, I'll just click on payroll report. The only year is 2024, so I'll select that, and it immediately builds this Excel sheet. Now this sheet is built from scratch every single time you run it. It's not some saved Excel file, but it is an exact duplicate of the format, the column widths. It's an exact duplicate of what they had before. And you can see it goes all the way through 2024, ends on December 13th. I'll go ahead and close that. And if I do the monthly report, again, selecting 2024, does the same thing, but now it puts the totals in. So it's got all the employees in here alphabetically and their total. Okay? Now, if I close this and I go to import, and I confirm that, yes, I want to import, I'll select that 1227 file by just double clicking on it. And it only takes a second to import, so it's already done. If I do the payroll report and I select 2024, you can see that out here on the right, let me scroll to the right a little bit, there's our new column, 1227. So it's easy to do that. If I import one more, if I go ahead and import that 2025, and then I do the report again, notice that now I've got a 2025 selection because I've got one payroll period for that. Okay, there you go. Now that duplicates everything that they wanted initially, but here's the additional things that they couldn't do that they've gained. I'll click on this last button we haven't touched on, View Payroll Data, and there's about 5,300 records in here now that it's got the beginning of 2025. And this is a form that is really, I use as an example of three things you can do. You can sort. I can click on the column here. I can click on the total pay. I can click on it a second time and it will sort reverse. If I'm looking at a certain employee, let's say I want to click on this one here, and I'm looking at their regular pay. If I click on sticky up here for a sticky sort, then if I sort by regular pay, it shows me where this person is relative to other people. Okay, with the regular pay. This other section here is filters. Oh, and notice if I click on the little question mark, it tells you how to use it. Same thing with filters. If I just want to look at a certain department, let's say 31. Okay, I'm filtered now with 31. If I just want to look at regular pay greater than 1,500. Okay, and for any one of these filters, it interacts with this Excel button. So if I click Excel, it instantly makes a new Excel sheet from nothing, and it titles it, puts the date and time on it, and also puts the filter. There's our Department 31, and pay greater than or equal to 1,500. Then I'll close this. If I cleared the 1,500 and then did Excel again, it just goes with whatever the current filter is, okay? Or I could print the entire thing out if I had no filters. I can click on the clear all, and it'll clear all the filters. Last thing you can do is this search. If I wanted to click in the name and somebody had Smith in their name, if I just type SMI, it's going down to the first thing that has, you can see in the box here, Smith. And if I do a Control plus, it actually goes, it's jumping records at a time. On the bottom, you can see I'm on record 573. If I do a Control plus, I just jump to 1136. So I can go down, I can do a Control minus to go back. So those three things are things that I put into all forms, where you can do sorts, you can do filters, and you can do searching. If you want to look at the data a little bit different way, I'll click on this little employee button, and I'll view data by employee. Now this is fairly simple because in the community, I run a course every month. I offer that. It's a live course for 4 weeks, and we go through and take this demo apart. And parts of it, including this employee form, we actually build from scratch. So that's why this is fairly simple. But I've got an employee on the top, and it shows all of their payroll reverse sorted by date on the bottom. If I press the page down key, I go to the next employee, and it's showing that same information. And notice how fast it's doing this. It's really amazing how you're pulling the information, and it is pulling the information from the same payroll data we just looked at, just that fast. I'll go back to the payroll data. If you want to do a report inside Access, this is an example of that, a department report. And let's say I just want to do it for the end of the year, 24/12. And I'll say no, I don't want a summary report. So this shows the department, it shows what the year and month is, and I can scroll down. You can see it does its own subtotals. So it's sorting and subtotaling by itself. And I can click the close button. Let's try that again. And this time, same thing, but we will do the summary report. All that does is it goes by department and shows the overall total. And again, I'll click close. Then I can go back to the menu and exit the system, and yes. And so that's it. Somebody with no knowledge of either Excel or Access could easily do these tasks now. So thanks for watching.